one thing that I noticed that the most genuine people in the world are homeless people and the filthy rich. The people in the middle, they are tied into a lot of things that don't matter, like sports teams that have no idea they exist, or celebrity drama, what's on the, and then you, like, sometimes you'll talk to like a crackhead homeless guy and they'll be saying crazy stuff and talking to a pole, and then they'll have one sentence that really resonates and you're like, this crackhead's spitting. Like, I don't even understand how this guy who has nothing is making so much sense. And then you listen to like a filthy rich guy, and the way they kind of have this don't give a fuck attitude about everything, it sounds very similar to homeless people. And some of the people that I respect the most and have are actually the most humble are people that have got rich, lost it all, and because when you first get rich, you get an ego, and then you think you're the shit. You look at a person working in a McDonald's and you're like, this person doesn't know anything, and then you lose it all, and then you have to become humble again, just because that's what the world has said, and then you get it back again, and then you realize what really matters, which is family, which is human connection, which is making other people happy, which is spreading positivity,
praying to God,
praying, and especially God. That's the final one. So I want to see your perspective on that.
First of all, that was a fire-ass take, Sneako. That was a W. Some of the best people and the best conversations I had were when I was in rehab with people who were addicted to hardcore substances, and when I was in mental health hospitals. Literally. When I was in my last mental health hospital, there was a guy named Devin living in the same room as I was, bunk beds, and we talked every single night, and he helped change my life. But I got a fire answer for you, and I hope it motivates a lot of people. I was depressed. People ask me this all the time. I was depressed. I would look at myself in the mirror every day. My face is like swollen. My stomach hanging out. I can't even see my penis when I look down. Bro. My tits are jiggling. I was unhappy with myself and I hated myself. But I understood something. I understood that nobody was coming to fucking save me. And that was the hardest pill to swallow, because I would say to my therapist all the time, what do you do when you know no one's coming to save you, but you're unable to save yourself? The only person who can change the circumstances in your life is you. Life moves too fast. Everybody got their own problems. Ain't nobody worried about you. Even if I had commit suicide in my lowest days, the internet would have cried for 24 hours. On the 25th hour, they would have moved on to the next controversy. I would have been forgotten about. All you got in this world is you, the word you make to yourself, the discipline you hold yourself accountable to, your family, and God. Nothing else. So focus. Regroup. If there's something you want to change in your life, cool. You know what the problem is. That's step one. Now, what the fuck are you going to do about it? You can sit in your house all day and cry how you have no girls, you're fat as fuck, you're jacking off every day, you're drinking and you're smoking every day. But if you spend each day doing that same exact thing, you're going to be stuck in that loophole for life. You're going to be sitting on your deathbed looking back, regretting every single choice you made. It doesn't matter how old you are. People call me for being 33, calling me old. I'm just starting at 33. I don't care how old you are. You can literally start your life today, not tomorrow. You can literally tell yourself right now, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to take accountability for my actions, and you can change your life.
That's what's up, bro.
I mean, dude, I say the same exact thing. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you got to be able to look at the person in the mirror, and if you're not happy with that person, you're the only person responsible for making that person happy. So that's 100%, bro. And I think if more people had that mindset and said, okay, I'm depressed right now, but I can overcome this by not allowing myself to be a victim and understanding that I'm responsible for where I'm at right now, and I'm responsible if I'm going to be happy. Hey, man, I think more people would be – if more people had that mindset, we'd have a better society.
Myron, when I was in rehab getting sober from alcohol and sex for my first time in 2021, check this out.
Yeah.
I was in rehab, no vapes, no drinking, no alcohol, no food after 7, no processed foods, no sugar, only water. You had to sleep by 9, you had to wake up by 6, right? My life started getting better. So then I reflected on my past, and I was like, hold up, before I came into rehab, I would wake up at 5 p.m. I would jack off when I wake up. On Twitch, I would probably go to the gym. I would go to a massage parlor, get a hand job. I would come home. I'd call a girl from Hinge to come over. And then I'd go to sleep while
so you're not gonna come?
with my dick in my hand. And then go to sleep at 6 a.m., wake up at 5. No wonder I was so miserable. You're telling me sleeping early, not vaping, not drinking, not having sex, not going to massage, like you change all those things, you're telling me life gets better? It does. I still vape right now, but that's because nicotine is like my superpower right now.
Nicotine isn't haram technically.
I mean, yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, you cut off all the main stuff, you know what I mean? And nicotine isn't gonna. I mean, everyone has their vice, right? It's all about, can the vice help you? Like me, I like caffeine, right? And I'm like, all right, my vice is caffeine. I'm going to make sure I'm going to use this to propel myself and become better.
We're not sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah, we're not sponsored.
I don't really consider that a vice. If you're using it to work, that's fuel. That's
yeah, but you know, caffeine and crazy.
You too? Oh man, they should be paying us. Yo.
Well, they should be. I mean, I brought my girl of mine. I think they're way superior, right? But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
What do you think? So when you were jerking off 3 times a day and on Hinge and doing this gross stuff and holding your wee in the morning, were you going to the masjid at all? Were you going to a Jummah prayer, or you were completely you were atheist? All that gay stuff.
I wasn't atheist. Even in my lowest days, I knew that Allah was the only one true God, and I knew Muhammad was his messenger. But it doesn't mean I followed the religion, because like I was too sinful. I was too guiltful. Like how I would jack off, masturbate, have sex. How the fuck do I expect Allah to forgive me? What I was forgetting is Allah is the most gracious and the most merciful. He forgives if you ask him for it. You come to him walking, he comes to you running.
I liked what you said. I saw a clip the other day.
Fousey, real quick. My bad.
No, go ahead.
I'll just. Where's your family from?
Palestine.
Okay. My family's from Sudan. So Kalam Arabi, I'm assuming, right? Probably fluent.
Sharafna, habibi.
Wait, free Palestine in the chat. I didn't even know you're Palestine. Everybody in the chat, free
Palestine
right now. Free Palestine, everybody, right now. Come on, man. What the? And you're Palestinian, yo. What the?
Me and Fousey just became best friends just now. We speak the same language.
I'm a superhero, dog. I'm a superhero. Why do you think CAA blackballed me? Why do you think Hollywood kicked me out? Why do you think YouTube kicked me out of the partner program? Why do you think creators didn't want me to live? I'm a superhero.
We got a lot to talk about behind the scenes. No. Okay. Well, me and you will talk behind the scenes because. Yeah. I mean, bro, the Arab world. We know.
You got to get going.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw this clip the other day. I think it was like 3-4 days ago, and it rang true. Somebody came up to your Tesla. You were charging your car, and they were just asking you basic advice. And people ask me for advice all the time, too. And you say generic stuff like you're supposed to do it every day, consistency, blah, blah, blah. But you kind of summed it up in a way that I hadn't heard before. And since I heard that, chat's going to say I'm glazing, but I have been thinking about that. Like the first thing I do when I wake up, sometimes I will go on and I'll scroll on Twitter for an hour. But the first thing I did today and yesterday, the first thing I did when I woke up is I thank God. And then the day is actually much better after that. Instead of like, literally the first thing, because you said that, and then I remember that as soon as I woke up. I thank God for creating everything, for creating me, for my family right now, for my health, for everything I'm able to do. And then I woke up grateful. And then the day was automatically better after that. If that's the first thing you think of, if you thank God and you're reminded about what he's provided you and everything that you have, your day will automatically better than if you didn't think that at all.
So you know what I say in every single dua in the morning when I pray?
No.
First of all, about what you said, when you wake up in the morning, you're on a fresh slate, your mind is clear. If you open your phone and you see an email, what if your email says, yo, you just lost this much money? Or a girl says, yo, I just saw you on Instagram doing this. You're setting your day off with negative vibrations, and you're letting your energy be brought down by external sources. That's why you got to spend the morning grounding yourself. Every single prayer in the morning, the first thing I thank God for, because the first time I was successful, I was so ungrateful. I wanted more. It wasn't enough. I was broke. God gave me $7 million. I still wanted more. I had 2 Ferraris. I still wanted more. Now, I thank God every morning. Thank you for giving me my ears the ability to listen. Thank you for giving my mouth the ability to talk and breathe. My nose the ability to breathe. My eyes to see. My brain to think. My heart to beat. My organs to flow with blood. You got to thank God for everything you've been given right now. And by being grateful and content with having all you have right now, God is going to give you more.
You saying that sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I'm like, is Fousey going to crash? Is he going to have a moment? And then the way you're talking about that, I don't think that it's possible if you keep that belief and you stay in your deen that way, you're not gonna fall off that way.
You know what's funny?
Bro,
No. Say what you were gonna say, and then I'll tell you what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, look, people judge me all day, especially the Muslim community. I was in a club last night, partying with hundreds of girls with Bryce Hall, sober, getting twerked on, doing all this shit. I still go home and I pray, right? It's between me and my God. So the one thing that I can't lose right now, and my oldest brother is the one who told me this when I was most depressed. I was suicidal. My oldest brother pulls me to the side. You know what he says to me at my parents' house? He goes, Yusuf, if you kill yourself, I won't be sad that I lost a brother. I'll be sad because of what Allah's going to say to you on the day of judgment.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't care what's happening to you in life. You have to pray 5 times a day, sincerely and mean it, and your life will get better. I didn't believe him, but I prayed 5 times a day from that day, and I'm still praying 5 times a day now. And subhanAllah, the way my life has changed is insane.
Yeah, suicide is one of the worst sins you could commit. But I will say this. It's funny because, see, and this is why I want to bring you on to interview you, because if you look on YouTube right now, people are saying like, oh, Fousey's unhinged, he's acting crazy, etc. But I'm over here talking to you, and you're extremely grounded, you're extremely calm. It seems like you got life, under control, and you've kind of pretty much overcome a bunch of obstacles that kept you from that made you erratic in the past. But all these other YouTubers are saying that you're acting crazy and unhinged, but it's like you're very grounded and you're a changed guy. So it's like, that's why I want to get your perspective.
Myron, I've been streaming for 60 days, 24/7, right? Never turning the cameras off. I promise you, I can go out right now, because I have been, give out thousands of dollars, help out homeless people, buy people shit, help people, motivate people, inspire people. You'll never see that go viral on the internet.
Yeah.
Let me go do one thing they don't like and watch how viral that shit goes.
Yeah.
It's
Very
not
true.
just viral. They'll cut it out of context and spread their story and to fit their agenda, and the internet believes it.
Yep.
The internet's not real, dog.
Yeah.
That's why I tell everybody, fuck your Twitter. People follow me in real life.
No, and it's funny because I saw a video clip and they said that you were like at a store drunk or whatever. And I was like, well, is he really? You can't even say that. But they're saying, oh, he's acting erratic, blah, blah, blah. But they don't get it that sometimes, you got to create a scene, especially when you're streaming all the time. Like you got to make content for people. So it's interesting to me how the internet says and does anything.
Well, it's spiritual warfare. That's what it actually comes down to.
Wow.
I think you'll probably realize it because you've been in the game longer, Fousey, but it's really a battle versus good and evil. When you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to spread positivity, it's the balance of the universe. I think it's Newton's law that to every force has an equal and opposite reaction. So when you're spreading something good, the powers of the universe are automatically going to attack you. When you start to spread the message of God, all the powers of evil are immediately going to try to bring you back down. And the internet does a great job of that, of trying to spread lies about you and immediately trying to spread negativity. Because especially when you're on the right path, they're going to get engagement. They're going to get their own attention. They're going to have the spotlight on them for a second by saying something negative. Everybody's going to try to bring you back down again. And it's really difficult to stay on that path. And like when people see that happen to them, immediately they start to sell their soul a little bit. They will start to follow what the agenda wants them to do. They'll push more degeneracy. They will start snaking their friends. They'll prioritize clout over what really matters. They'll start to sell out a little bit and do exactly what the internet, what the beast of the system wants you to do. But you need to protect that. And it's difficult, but it seems like from the way I'm hearing it now that you've developed a mindset where you're not going to let them crack you again.
They did crack me. I was on live stream last week getting into a fight. I'm not going to mention his name. My team doesn't allow me to mention his name anymore. But I got in one of the biggest volatile fights I've ever gotten to on FaceTime. My team then called me. They gave me a big-ass talk to regroup me, and all I did was regroup, go to sleep, wake up. Now, anybody can say whatever the fuck about me. That's cool. I ain't paying them no mind, not replying.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the angry debates and everything else like that, it's like, it's like funny content and entertaining, but I think people are going to get more value from a calm discussion like this where we're talking about, okay, look, I dealt with some adversity. This is how I overcame it, right? And your path might be different than mine, etc. But I think people get way more value when you're able to provide positive influence as to overcoming obstacles. Because there's people probably in the chat right now that went through what you went through, right? Or they might have went through some of the trials and tribulations I went through, or Sneako. And, screaming at each other over FaceTime, get some clicks here and there and some short-form retard content for TikTok and farming clips. But does it really actually help anybody? And I would say, the most important thing, isn't about, I mean, obviously you want to entertain people because that's how they come. But the most important thing is, how many lives are you saving? How many people are you impacting? Right? You can have a big following, but do people really actually respect you for your message? And are you people improving their life based on your message? Or are they just watching you for mindless content? I think the value really comes from changing people's lives, not necessarily just providing them entertainment. I mean.
And literally what I've been telling people is my message is crystal clear. How I present my message needs work. Yesterday, I was trying to inspire this kid who has no confidence. He was about to go to the club. I was trying to inspire him to go talk to girls, whatever. What I was saying to him was fucking gold. How I was saying it to him scared him, made him feel insecure, shunned him a bit. So I need to work on my
What did you say to him?
I was just like very aggressive with how I was talking to him.
Well,
But Myron, I want to tell you this.
Yeah.
You know how we talk about like people see a clip and they talk about it online? The reason this doesn't happen with other streamers, right? Other streamers I've been saying this nonstop. Other streamers, when their cameras are off, will literally be cussing at their partners, kicking their dog, being a piece of shit. As soon as the camera goes on for the next 8 hours that they're live, they're playing a persona. Hey guys, oh my God, thank you so much that I get this sub. Oh, thank you, I love you. As soon as camera turns off, fucking piece of shit, degenerates, I hate you guys, da-da-da. They're fake as shit. I'm live 24/7. I don't have time to fake shit. They're gonna see me for who I am. This is free content. If you don't want to watch me, go sit in a corner and read a book. I don't give a fuck.
that freaked me out about like first joining the YouTube game because I was always just trying to bring exactly who I am. And when we first fell in love with YouTube, it was like, you remember the OG days where it was like Jenna Marbles, for example. That was one of my favorite YouTubers. You just see them, and the appeal was that they would open up their laptop, and it was like the photo booth webcam, and it's just them. And I'm like, everybody can do this. And I fell in love with the idea that people could just like develop a personality, make jokes, and then kind of talk to their audience the same way that we're talking right now or that people talk on the phone. And then as I got more into the scene and as I grew up and when I turned 18, 19, and I started hanging around these people, I would see it immediately like that, like, hey guys, today we're gonna, woo, ah! Camera's off. Oh fuck, can you just fucking piece of shit fucker, don't curse in the video. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, all right, good, one more take. I need to get the AdSense. Don't curse because we need to get the AdSense. So today we're gonna look at. I'm like, what is this? This is Disney Channel. The whole reason that content creation was great was because it was you, and now these people are playing like Disney Channel characters.
Hey Myron.
Yo.
In 2018, I think it was, I exposed myself for faking pranks. Obviously, they're fake.
Yeah.
Every single YouTuber at that time was faking pranks.
Everybody was, yeah.
The same YouTubers that taught me how to hire actors, how to stage it, how to record, went publicly to say, I'm so sorry to hear that, guys. I'm sorry that his pranks are fake, but mine's are real.